Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Going into the news review segment, where we get to invite the right guests. We ask them the relevant questions. They bring varying perspectives to the issues of national interest. And then we invite you to join us with your own thoughts, your comments, and contributions. You can do so via the WhatsApp number on your screens. And you can join our live YouTube and Facebook as well. Then you can tweet at us on X, comment on our content on Instagram, and enjoy some video content from Channel 1 TV on TikTok as well. So I have two gentlemen in studio. It's interesting today. They are all of medical background, and one is out, one is in the house. So we're looking to have very interesting conversations this morning. Professor Titus Bayo is the Member of Parliament for the good people of Lambushe. Prof, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you.
Happy to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dixon Adomako Kissi is the former Member of Parliament for Anya Sotum. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Yes.
So, Prof and Doc.
Yeah.
Very well.
We are all medical doctors. I think that's the underlying point.
Very well. Let's see if we can do some surgical inquisition into some of the issues this morning. Yeah. Right. So, we're starting with, if you like, petitions. We've heard of an avalanche of petitions to the presidency. 7 of them calling for the removal of the EC chair and her 2 deputies. 3 of them for the removal of Kissi Jabin as special prosecutor. Yesterday, when we spoke to the Minister in charge of Government Communications, he said all 10 have been forwarded to the Chief Justice for, whatever action that will be taken on it. But Prof, let me start from you. Your party is in power. You keep telling us all the amazing things that you're doing. Yesterday, when a question was put to Felix Kwakye Ofosu about whether or not the presidency or Jubilee House had any interest in these petitions, whether it was cooked in the Jubilee House, he denied same and says all those who allege should be able to prove same. From where you sit, we've not even concluded. Although the former CJ has been removed, she's still in court. Now we're going to EC and 2 deputies. Now we're going to Kissi Jabin, who is supposed to lead anti-corruption fight. Where are we going as a people?
Well, let me say a very good morning to the people of Lambuse who have given me the opportunity to be here, and to all our listeners. I think these are interesting times, and they are all signs of a maturing democracy. And we must allow these things to happen. They are individuals' rights, and all of us in public service must know that we will be held accountable for what we do. And to that extent, we cannot begrudge anybody who determines to exercise their democratic rights and freedoms enshrined in the Constitution. So irrespective of whatever office you hold, you must know whether it's an office with a security of tenure or not, there are accountability mechanisms.
True.
That said, I would say that it's very unfortunate for anyone to impugn motives and to even attempt to suggest that some people will sit in the Jubilee House and cook out such petitions. That I can't fathom that. Truth is, this is Ghana. We know at the end of the day, we will know the petitioners. It's just a matter of time, and we'll know the people who have actually petitioned and the reasons for the petitioning. If you look, the president really, as the former president said, it's a conveyor belt as far as this is concerned. Yeah, because it comes to you and it is stipulated clearly in the Constitution that you shall forward. Unlike the case of the CJ, in the case of these officers of the state, the gatekeeper is actually the Chief Justice.
True.
He is the one to determine if there's a prima facie case, if there are questions to be answered, and if he so determines, then he would then empanel the committee to say. So I would say that they are very interesting times. I don't think the government per se has a deliberate decision to take such a... I have not heard that anywhere in any of our meetings, in any of our communications.
Maybe you were absent from that meeting.
No, I haven't heard that anywhere. And the president keep telling all his appointees that all of us will be held to the same standard. So if you are a Chief Justice today, know that the standards that the President and the government is holding these people to, you'll be held to the same standard. If you are the sitting EC chair or any other EC chair of the future, under this President, he would hold you to the same standard. And he said he's not going to shield anybody. So all his appointees are very cautious of that. It explains why, till now, you have not heard scandals flying left, right, center, because everybody is behaving mindful that the person who has appointed you has given clear directives. He's not going to shield you. If anything happens, he's going to let the law take its course. So I would say that we should just exercise some restraint and stop impugning such motives and spreading wild rumors and allow the law to take its course. These people are not guilty yet. They have not even been established a prima facie case for against any of these people, and they are all fine people in their personal right. But if in the discharge of their duties they have faulted, then the law must take its course. If they haven't, they'll have the opportunity to, if a prima facie case is established, they'll be invited and they'll have an opportunity. And that's when we will know what allegations have people leveled against them. And I'm pretty sure His Excellency has no personal vendetta against any of these people and will not get himself directly involved.
Very well. Thank you, Prof. Doc, before I come to you, let me say good morning to Larry Dogbe. He's the editor of the Herald newspaper. So, Larry, good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you. Today is the doctors versus the misters.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Dr. Kissi.
Yeah.
Petitions for the removal of the EC chair and her two deputies.
Did you call you Honorable Kissi?
Very good. I'm not in the chamber, so.
Oh, but honestly, he's not even
honorable,
using honorable. He's calling prof, and that's fine.
This guy,
Larry.
the Dogbe, you're doing editorial work here. So I must commend the NDC. They are doing as they promised during the campaign period, that when they come, they'll remove the EC. I must commend them. In fact, they've done the CJ.
For keeping to their word.
Yeah. And you know, listen, they are playing by what they promised. And I must commend them. Truth be told, there may be petitions, but do they merit the removal? That's a key question. And that threshold lies in the bosom of the cabinet. And as it stands now, if it didn't meet the threshold for cabinet, they wouldn't have forwarded it
to the CJ.
Because
does cabinet have a say?
Cabinet doesn't review this.
Oh, please. I think you've spoken. So it's a perception I have.
Protect him.
For instance, if I had petitioned that Jean dresses too nicely, I don't think it will end up at the CJ's office. If I had petitioned that, you know, she was having military men protecting her, and I don't understand it, does that merit her removal? So my point in case is that, after all, the CJ's case that found merit for Mahama to push on, in another cabinet or presidency or executive, it was not, found to be meritorious. So when I say that currently some things have found merit for Felix to come and tell us that they forwarded it to a CJ. After all, even Felix, there are petitions against him. Have we heard about it? Has it moved to somebody? No.
Yep.
Felix.
Petitions against Felix.
People are complaining.
I
don't want to go into that.
But they've written.
You understand? So my key point.
But this should be substantiated.
Please. So are we saying that Jean Mensah's issues have all been substantiated? No. So my point again is
even
that
a case has not been established against her yet.
Now,
no, Doc, I'm actually helping.
I understand, but my point is that I'm commending the NDC. Yes, they are finding merit in all kinds of petitions.
But we haven't even seen the details of it.
My point is that they have forwarded it to the CJ. That means, wait.
for him to establish merits or demerits.
Boss, what I'm trying to get at is that in this country, many petitions went and were not forwarded.
Under who?
So,
Okay, and let me be very straight with you. Not all petitions will be forwarded to CJs. I mean, is administrative work. If every petition that comes to the executive gets forwarded to CJ, he'll be overburdened. I mean, listen, there has to be somebody that ferrets through and say that, oh, this one, and I think that is what the Chief of Staff's office is for. And the Chief of Staff doesn't work on his own volition. He works under the directive of the executive. Please, let's be straight about these things. And let me add one key thing. Either we, in the future, come to terms with the fact that maybe the Electoral Commission tenure should be 6 years. I mean, let's be truthful to ourselves, and let's do that, so that it cuts across. Because this whole idea of petitioning and is clockwork. It is clockwork. And I can tell Felix that he did well trying to lie to Ghanaians. He did well.
Oh no, I don't think
I have every freedom to tell Felix that he's done well to lie to Ghanaians, that the executive had nothing to do with the petition.
But you cannot
and the
prove
content of the petition is not from the executive.
But Doc, you cannot
I have
prove,
every right.
but you cannot prove what you're saying.
I said that is what I think.
you have rights.
Allow him to talk. Allow him to talk. Allow him to talk.
But you see,
I think that the executive.
No, allow him to talk.
Oh,
he has every right.
I have every
Freedom
right.
of speech.
You do.
Freedom of speech.
You do. But Felix is not here.
responsibilities.
Isn't it?
The person,
Felix is not
Felix
here
also has rights
to defend
He's
him.
not here to defend himself.
Felix is talking for
the fundamental
executive. Or
Yes.
rule is that once you
He speaks
speak
for the
okay,
government.
so
you're allowed to
let
defend.
me say the spokesperson for the government. Is that okay for you now?
Okay. That's why.
The
I hope
spokesperson
that
for the
at
government
least I'll have an opportunity.
held, oh, you've spoken now. The spokesperson for the government held a press conference telling us that, oh, in all honesty, though I'm lying to you, the key point is that we are forwarding content to CJ after we've installed CJ or sworn him in.
I don't think it was a press conference.
And
There wasn't a press conference.
There wasn't a press conference. Well, we spoke to him on radio last night.
okay, so
Yeah.
there was an interview.
Yeah.
Social media has it now. Okay. So the spokesperson, I won't mention name, for the government is telling me, the ordinary citizen, that the executive had nothing to do. The executive has no interest in whether Jean stays on or moves on.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the lawyers of the petitioners. I'm waiting. And who's paying those lawyers? I'm waiting. Please. Not all petitions merit going to CJ. You can argue any way. I am saying this, that in one breath, one person can choose to look at the petitions and see that they don't have the weight enough to remove an electoral commissioner. I know for sure that the EC, when we had Charlotte, NPP won. When we had Jean, NDC you won. So I really think that it takes some level of appreciation of administration to say that, you know what, this roller coaster of removal of electoral commission, it has to stop at some point. I never saw true reason in the removal of Charlotte. I was like, we've won the election.
But you never spoke against it.
Master, you go and check my records.
Where? On this
go
platform?
online. Go
On this
online
platform?
and check Dr. Kissi.
Pull out
Charlotte.
one. Pull out an article. Let's see.
Because no one.
The articles I have on me are plenty.
On this particular matter.
Oh, you can, like I said, check it. You're online here.
No, I don't have to. I know
so
you pull it
my
out.
key point. I will. As it gets to your turn, I will pull it out.
Look,
My
make
key
the
point.
Yeah.
My key point is that we have a democracy that needs to be protected. If we keep pushing it, where when a party wins, they think that all the other institutions, they need to change everybody, we'll have a problem. We are gradually making it more of an autocracy than a democracy. Because, you know, I would have wished that even the IGPs, presidencies should not have the right to change them. I would have wished that these institutions that matter to us, you know, shouldn't be easily changed because there's a new government. It is the only way we can have very solid checks and balances. I was here saying that, listen, God blessed us with the Speaker of Parliament in the opposition to put us in check in the second term. It was true democracy. The presidency had major issue just bringing things to Parliament because the Speaker would, you know, rightly put his foot down and say that, no, we won't agree to these things or these terms. So my key point here is that, listen, right now, Bayo, you are in NDC, you are in power, it looks nice. But listen, as a student of democracy, this path, we will have a tyrant president one day. And we would have created the tyranny because when he also comes, he will say that, I don't like the speaker, let me change him. I don't like the CJ, let me change him. Then we keep going. So now, instead of a presidency being about doing serious work for the Ghanaian people, any presidency that comes will spend 1.5 years changing institution heads.
Very well, Doc.
And we've done this, Bayo, Prof, to very key governmental positions to the extent that now AMA boss is sacking ordinary workers because we've politicized every position in this country. It is troubling to issue a letter that people who are employed before 2025, all of them should go home, whether they are NDC or NPP, quote unquote. It is destroying Ghana. Ethics and everything about this country. There were architects employed with no party colors. You say they should go home because they were employed during NPP era. Come on, please. My key point is that this path is what we don't want. That is why we chose democracy, where there'll be people who oppose what you do in an administrative way. But if we want winner takes all, and what I mean all, some people will be slighted and they'll say that, listen, to hell with democracy. We've seen what's happening in the region, quote unquote, coup d'etats. We've seen it. The Quataras and people who want to be on forever. Please. My worry, and I speak from a nationalistic standpoint, two wrongs never made a right. If the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration removes Charlotte Osei, and you think that the removal of Jean Mensa will help your ego, go ahead.
Very well, Doc. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me hear from Larry. The petitions are not just for EC boss and her deputy.
Kissi Jabing, she should resign. I think that office is not relevant. That one I've said it before, and I keep saying it. And it's not a party stand, but I am of the opinion that the Attorney General's office should be well equipped to do that job.
Very well. Larry, quick thoughts.
Boss, thank you. And this is what I think. You see, it's not for any reason. Or let me go back a bit. See, there were times in the history of Europe where, you know, kings and, you know, queens and others became very, very dictatorial because they were, let's say, the more like the owners, and eventually a monarchy, you know, came out of some of these things. And then they became very, very dictatorial. Now, eventually power got to the hands of the commoners. And what they did in some of these instances were to even behead, you know, these kings and queens. And people who had gone to war and then, you know, won won the war, came home and became whatever. Check the history of Napoleon and how powerful he became and how eventually Europe couldn't contain him, okay? And he had to be, you know, forced into exile, you know, ostracized certain times. He fought back, had the opportunity to come back to France. And again, they managed to even push him out into exile where he lived and died. You can check it out. It shows that power cannot be concentrated in the hands of one person. Okay? Now, relating that to our current situation, we have created a constitution that we have operated for God knows how long. And mind you, Ghana has experienced several, you know, systems of democracy. Okay? I mean, we've experienced the Kwame Nkrumah's, you know, First Republic. We've, in between that, then Second Republic, but in between that, there were military upheavals and so on. And then came the Third Republic, okay? And then, you know, Jerry Rawlings also emerged from somewhere. Now, out of whatever it is, I mean, people sat down. People of, you know, high intellectual capacity sat down and felt that we couldn't continue that kind of, you know, trajectory, you know, as it is. So a constitution was, you know, promulgated. But before then, you know, a consultative assembly was created and people went through, you know, the nooks and crannies of this country. Some group of people decided to boycott it. And one of the things they said after the constitution came out, you know, was that, oh, this thing was being done by farmers, market women, fishmongers, so and so, that and that, cleaners and watchmen who came out with this constitution. After that, they boycotted parliament as well. You get it?
Yes. Yeah.
They boycotted parliament. But in between, but then they contested an election that was, you know, that became possible on the basis of that same constitution that the farmers, the watchmen, the fishmongers, and the cleaners also, you know, came up with.
Suppose it. Use the word suppose it.
But that was what they said.
No.
That they came up with. After that, the constitution that became the basis upon which everything, you know, is held to us. On that same constitution, the same people will go, you know, and exercise certain rights, benefit whatever privileges that come from them. They exercise certain rights out of that. It's upon one of those that when Maswalo Pokuajiman petitioned President Akufo-Addo, okay? President Akufo-Addo did what? For the removal of Charlotte Osei. What did he do? He took a conveyor belt and put it before his cousin, Gloria Ekufo. Even in that instance, Maswalo Opoku-Agyemang's petition, we were told by the same, you know, office that the petition was faulty.
Yeah.
They called him and said, Max, Betty. And he went for it and said, go and correct the thing. And he corrected it and brought it back to the presidency before it went there. At that time, Kissi's administrative, you know, thing that he was talking about that, you know, didn't kick in. At that time, Kissi's administrative sieving didn't kick in. Okay? They called him and said that even though your thing was faulty,
come and correct it.
Come and correct it. Go and correct it. And then Fabra, whoever those petitioners were, to date, we never know them. Or do you know them?
No.
So in that instance, it was correct. But in today's instance, where correction hasn't been done, where the thing has just been put before the Chief Justice, that listen, go through the thing. If you establish any prima facie case against, deal with it. What could be better than that? What could be a better process than that? In one instance, the person was called, come and take your thing and correct it. Eventually, we saw where he became a acting director of Ghana Law School. Okay? Is that a party person? He was also even part of Baumien's, manifesto committee. He was the guy who proposed certain reforms as far as the Ghana Law School, admission to the Ghana Law School was concerned. True or false? No, true or false?
Yeah, true. I mean, it's an open fact.
That is a party person. That is an NPP guy. That is somebody who is, sitting on the elephant. In this case, we don't know the people.
Yeah.
Well, we know one.
Okay, is he a party
a staff of the EC?
Of the EC?
A staff of
disgruntled.
the EC.
I hear
But
he's
not a
disgruntled.
party
Those
person.
are their words. I mean,
It is the fact.
But it's not a party person.
But it's
at
not a
least.
party
He's been
person. That's what we are
interdicted,
dealing with.
hasn't been to work in over a year.
it's not established.
Yeah, being
anywhere.
interdicted.
Yeah.
I hear he had issues. He's been
so
to,
BVD
to
machines
police
and all.
station, courts, and so at
Yeah.
the point in time, the people who asked for his prosecution, they were not even showing up in the courtroom. So the court threw the case away.
Yeah.
He's still disgruntled in his words.
Oh, I mean, that is...
No, disgruntled how? If the process, a certain process was initiated, and you failed to appear,
Yeah.
to
You couldn't
also
prove
go
your
to-
case in court
Exactly.
against him.
To prove your case against the guy,
but-
you don't kick him out. Then bring him back.
The disgruntlement is not
No,
by
Kissi, I'm
virtue
coming.
of-
Let me finish my point.
okay.
See, so that is one. How about the 9 others? Do we know them? I don't
So
know.
it will be 6 others on the part of the EC because the other 3 are for Kissi.
Okay, me, I'm talking in composite
Yeah.
terms. So then, that had gone on. In this same country, we had Anas going to video judges and so on the claim of they collecting bribes, yam, goats, and something. A certain process was initiated under the same article, 426? Sorry,
146.
146 of the 1992 Constitution. The Constitution that people boycotted. And those judges, okay, I mean, who have had calls? I mean, these are lawyers or whatever. Judges, they became years of experience presiding over certain cases that even had to do with the Constitution. They became subjects of this same, article, this same Constitution. And one by one, they were dismissed and sacked. Sorry, is there anything like dismissed and sacked? They were sacked.
Editorial work.
They were sacked from, from their job.
Yeah.
It's for emphasis.
You get it? I mean, some of them are people that I know. They lost their jobs.
And credibility.
And credibility, if you like, yeah.
Years of...
So if it could be applied in the cases of these judges, how many were they?
Numerous.
Exactly. Why couldn't it apply to Charlotte Ozay, which it happened?
Then apply to Gertrude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
Then we
couldn't
are
it apply
applying.
to Gertrude?
Was he not a judge like any of them?
Do you get it? Why couldn't it apply to Kissi Ejabeng? And then who?
Remember Loretta Lamte?
Yes, exactly.
Judge.
Exactly. Why couldn't it apply to all these cases? For me, I see this as the law in the hands of the tool in the hands of the commoner. We might have issues as to
So
how.
we'll be petitioning about the president.
Let's do. Let's impeach the president if he falls, short of our expectations. Let's do. That is the only way that we can refine this process. That is the only way that we are committed to the documents that the fishmonger, the cleaner, the watchman came up with for us.
Can we do something about what the threshold should be?
Okay.
What petition should amount to
Merit.
removal?
If we don't go
Merit.
through the process, how do we get the threshold?
See,
If we don't go through the processes.
The Constitutional Review Commission
So
is still working.
in one hand, a certain group of people can use it. But in another hand, another group of people
But
can
when it was used by that certain group of people, was it condemned?
Who condemned it?
condemned it.
No, I'm asking, if we condemned it then, should we allow same
You
to happen
see-
now?
Before, it doesn't apply at all. This question doesn't apply.
If it was bad yesterday, it's still bad today.
No, I'm saying that you talked about your question has to do with threshold.
Threshold.
And I'm saying that, listen, it is after we have tested this
have to
whole thing
test it,
before,
practice it
then we can
several
refine
times.
all this whole, this thing. For me, I'm not happy with where a petition is submitted, and then it said that don't make the content public.
Exactly.
The committee's work
should
be in camera.
Yeah.
After a document is done.
Is same applicable to this?
Yes.
Because this committee will be a CJ
Did you see that of
committee.
the judges?
No.
Did you see that of Lawyer Talamte?
It's all under the same article.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
For me, put it out there. It shouldn't be you are acting for and on behalf of us. So after the whole work is done, let's see the content of it. Do you understand? Including recommendations. So that tomorrow, the occupiers of that office will know that, listen, this is what they are going to face should they fall foul of the expectations. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That, again, that there are some common people whose interests they are serving, and they have a tool. And that tool was given to them or has been given to them by the Constitution. In the absence of that, you know, everybody, like Kissi is saying, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can wake up and then say that, listen, I don't like your beard, and so I'm going to petition.
I beg you, it's all I've got.
I don't like your beard, so I'm going to petition. We should be able, after a certain time, let's put the document in the public domain. True. Do you understand? Let's have the president also saying that, listen.
15 years or 12 years. I mean, sometimes it's just limitations.
Oh, no, for me, I think that one is even too long. Because then somebody is going to succeed. The person should know the content of that.
It should be possible for us to know.
To know.
Yeah.
So that we are all following the process.
Do you know why this whole thing became an issue? Yes. It's because then there was a petition against Chief Justice Akwa by Bright Akute.
Okay.
And soon after the petition, I was working with the Enquirer then. There are things to say, but one day
You want to put that in out there?
Oh, yeah, I got a copy of that petition, and I published it in the Enquirer. Quickly, our colleague, Chum, J. Chum, who was working with Gabi, I think through Gabi, quickly went to the Supreme Court and filed, a case. Before the same Justice Akwa, who the petition was against. And then he was to tighten up the loose ends that, listen, the document shouldn't have been made public.
Yeah.
And because the document had been made public, it loses whatever it is. That was the end of all that.
The gravitas.
Yes. That was the end of all that. So, again, a tool was put in the hands of the commoner. And then it says, don't make the petition public. And then as soon as it's made, then you go to the Chief Justice, and the Chief Justice, empaneled his friends within the Supreme Court to sit over the thing and then shut the door on everybody. So as soon as it comes out, it loses whatever.
Yeah.
You get it. We don't have to, democracy is supposed to be transparent.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be transparent. It is not for any reason why the military, they tell you that this is a confidential document, because there are security implications, national security implications. But this thing, if your misbehavior, stated incompetence, ill health, and all that, I mean, there are things we need to know. Yeah. I mean, let's deal with it.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Larry. Prof, you wanted to
just
make
a
a quick
brief thing. I just wanted to put some few facts in there. I mean, my colleague, Doc, was in the chamber before me. He is a senior legislator even before I joined. He should know that the burden of proof, whether there is a prima facie case or not, does not depend on cabinet, does not depend on the president. It only depends on the president when it comes to the CJ.
Yeah.
But per Article 146, what the president has done is what he's supposed to do. Determination of whether there is merit or not, whether the petition has weight or not, is going to depend on the Chief Justice in this instance. If I had sent a petition and the president had decided not to forward it, that can be grounds for the president to even be removed.
Exactly.
Because it's mandatory that he should. And so if he's calling for the president to be sanctioned, this will be a reason why the president can be sanctioned. If I know that I've submitted a petition which he has refused to forward, I can take it up because per constitution he must. The other point I just want to put out is that I agree with him that we should stop the process of changing certain
Heads of
appointments.
institutions.
Yes, because one, it doesn't create a very good impression. But if you take some institutions like the EC, which is supposed to be an arbiter, an independent, neutral arbiter in this election process, which can be so, I mean, at some point, almost like it brings the nation to the brink of confusion, and they are the people to settle things for us. It is very sad that the SWAL NPP administration almost bastardized this so much sensitive national institution, where known political activists were appointed to the EC. And we were all here. We all complained. Apia and the rest, we all complained. We knew their background, but no one did anything about it. This is not the same as the process we are going through. I would also agree with him that offices like the special prosecutor, personally, I think that is one of those offices where the political class just use something to tell us that we are doing something, we are pretending to be doing something, and yet do nothing. In fact, it was former President Kufuor who said that government pretends to be paying the workers, and the workers pretend to be working. The same way, the person who wants to endorse corruption create an office that I'm using to fight corruption, and then that office.
You know that expression was rather said by Edward Mahama.
The pretension?
Yeah.
Well,
Kufuor later, you know,
okay.
during one of the
original
debates.
to him. Fine. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So you set up an office as if you're using it for something, and then it actually endorses what is happening. And there are several examples of such. We have SML, which is supposed to be revenue assurance, which data now shows us that was rather looting the country. And several of such examples exist where creations were made as though publicly they are helping us fight something, and at the end, they cause us more harm. My last submission on this is that the constitutional review is important, but my understanding is that to the extent that we haven't tested, and I agree with Larry, if we don't test aspects of the constitution, we do not know, it will be difficult to set threshold. So I'm happy that these cases are coming up. We get to know, at least we've had for the first time a CJ removed, people have made various commentary, academics have written. Based on that, when we're reviewing a constitution, that aspect of it, we can look at the literature around it, we can look at the challenges we faced when it was being implemented and see can we make it better. But when you have aspects that have never been tested, it's going to be theoretical.
But Prof, haven't we tested this? An EC boss has been removed.
Yes.
A Shraj commissioner has been removed. A chief justice has been removed.
This is the very first time.
Who will you take?
This is the first
Speaker
time. No,
President?
No, this is the first time we are removing a CJ with this constitution. This is the first time. And we've seen
successfully.
We've seen all the commentaries around it.
Yes.
So I think that now that the Constitutional Review Committee is working, they will have some data to back what they do. We've never impeached the president with this constitution. It is there. It has never been, I don't know if it has ever been tried.
Well, I think they've tried it.
But it's never succeeded.
But never succeeded.
So maybe with the failed attempts, that kind of data will help us. That okay, if we made it this way, then the president will feel more responsible to the citizens because maybe the threshold is lower. You know, surprisingly, it is easier per our constitution to remove the president than to remove the Speaker of Parliament.
Really?
Yes, go check it. The quantum of votes required by Parliament to impeach the president is less than the quantum of vote required to remove the speaker. So these are all aspects of the constitution that with time, as we live through it, we can review, and then that's why I said in a maturing democracy, we are a work in progress. This allows us. Yes.
You're talking a lot. There's one key thing.
Yes.
About the timing.
Yes.
As to when these petitions came.
Yes.
Is it clockwork? So after this one, which petition is coming? Can you tell me?
I have no clue. So I have no clue. You see,
this question is mute.
It's mute. And you know one thing.
We finished CJ.
It has four flags.
You see,
we finished CJ.
There is.
Now we're on this. I'm just curious.
What
was the next
I
one?
don't want to pretend to know what he wants to say. But you know one thing. There is a saying that if you are guilty of something, if you see something that looks just like it, not even close to it, you panic.
Yeah.
You know.
Not when a hardened criminal.
For him to even imagine it that a cabinet will endorse this, maybe you should tell us if in the past cabinet was endorsing such petitions.
The sins of your fathers.
Because our cabinet will not sit to discuss petitions like this. They are so busy resetting this country, building the country.
Like, is this part of the reset?
Prof, you know the interesting thing.
Is this part of the reset?
We are the apostles of rule of law. We are apostles of rule. If the rule of law is
now working.
Today, yeah, Charlie.
No, you have someone who says the law is the law. And when the same law is coming after you, when the law is coming after you, it's no longer the law.
Well, the law is the law.
The law is the law.
The law is the law.
It must still remain the law.
Final
So
word.
my final submission, for me, there's a perception that this is witch hunting. That is, I have every right to have that. And I don't believe Felix or the spokesperson for the government when he tells me that the executive has no interest or role in the preparation, the writing, and the production of the petition. That is, I have every liberty to think that is the case. And that one, Doc, you can't stop me from having that. So
You can
that
only
is,
disagree with him.
Yeah.
and I'm only waiting to see the lawyers that they would have, you know, based on the petitioners, looking at their, you know, caliber and their ability to afford those lawyers.
But do you know the petitioners?
Do you know them?
He
has an idea who
listen, either way, their lawyers will be known.
But lawyers are brains and hands for hire.
you can hire
So I'm saying either way, we'll know the lawyers.
In fact, the lawyers can choose to do pro bono.
No, I'm coming. Would you be surprised to see Gary Nimako as one of the lawyers?
Interesting times ahead.
You see, it should not break.
As for Gary,
How about are you go to?
as for Gary, if I see on Ijabeng, I won't be surprised. You understand?
How about Dami?
If I see him also on the Ijabeng one, I won't be surprised.
How about
But
Gabi?
not
How
on
about
this.
Gabi?
Even better.
But you see, his statement is making it such that now it's as though lawyers then becomes careful. If you
Yeah.
are
Which
called
cases
by,
to
if you are called by a
Some
client.
lawyers are
You have a
callous.
firm and someone comes to you.
Some lawyers are
you are
colored.
experienced in constitutional law.
Yeah.
Come and do this case for me,
Oh.
and then because
Don't stop the lawyers from eating.
No, this
Some
because of a
lawyers-
certain agenda set.
some lawyers are
that
colored.
if this lawyer
You
comes
see,
up,
and that
it
is
means
that is the collaboration of almost everything in this
listen.
country that's not
I
healthy.
have to be
not.
straight with you. I don't expect to see the third
Economic freedom.
Let's not politicize
I don't
professional careers.
No, but it cannot
That to
be.
journalism.
It cannot be
It's
that
good.
only Chikata handles all petitions.
No, but have you seen
cannot
Chikata
be.
is
So
No, I'm just making my point.
But if the man is good,
if the man is good and someone is asking to one of the constitution,
But
you
if
shouldn't
you
come
have
up.
an issue or if you have a petition, would you go for the best lawyer
Yeah, you won't
in
want Chikata to
petitions?
help you.
So this many years there are no other lawyers.
if
as
they are
good
not
as
coming, they are not
Chikata.
coming.
But train one from your phone.
No, but please.
So
If the best is there, why would I go for second
Yes.
best?
Exactly.
I want my petition to go through.
Listen, at a certain point, the best gets senile dementia.
and you think that
No, Doc.
Like-
This one is below the belt.
see if Chikata is good at what he's what he does.
I only said that I'll be surprised to see the Tadioses and and others
But if
managing.
we are the best on
that
the
area.
market,
No, the
why
man
not?
says, listen, he says he will be surprised with Gary Nimako. And
No,
said
I didn't
that-
say. I said.
No, he won't be.
I said
He didn't
if
want
I
to
see
do it.
him
He said that- he said-
managing Kissi Jagbeng, I won't be
No,
surprised.
he said he'll be surprised, but then if he sees him with
OSP.
OSP, that
will not
one,
be surprised.
he will not be surprised.
No, I'm saying that based on still my argument
And I'm also saying,
that certain people have
and
elements.
based on that same argument, how come Chikata can be part of this? How come Tadios can be part of
If
this?
I see him with the petitioners, it gives it a different color.
What
Why?
color?
Why?
Right, like
Must I be the one to
You know,
tell you?
final submission. Just about a minute. Let's-
For me, I think
Mm.
that what happened in the case of the Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokono,
Yeah.
was that we got the names of the petitioners. I think that we should get the names of these
Right
petitioners.
information.
Yeah, these guys as well. Now again, in the case of the removal of
EC.
the EC, I think that during the election petition hearing, that thing that came out that, oh, listen, she shouldn't speak to the various numbers that she came out with. For me, was, you know, a serious aberration.
Yep.
We should think of how the constitutional review will ensure that
she mounts the box.
Yes, people with critical role.
I mean, it cannot be.
They cannot be shielded. When you had, you know, 7 judges, Supreme Court judges rewriting the law. Okay? We cannot do
But
that in this case.
May I ask you one thing?
Would you give me more time?
Yeah, I'll give you. Don't worry. I'm the host.
The show is yours now.
I must say this on record.
Usurpation of power.
That
Studio
in many times, Jean was not the first person to announce a win or a loss and then subsequently make adjustment to the numbers. It's not the first time. You can check Afarijan. He can determine that the presidency, this person has won, and then it takes 3 days. Sometimes. And mind you, Prof, even in the US, sometimes it takes them a month.
No, that's fine.
To even come and
I think the principle
give
is
the
not
actual.
the fact that we are not saying she's infallible. No,
Yes.
that's a bit
I think the fundamental
argument is
thing is that she should have mounted the box
Exactly.
to speak to the figures.
It's a very
That
critical
one-
point.
That's what I'm saying.
That one
That's what
I-
I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
I just wanted to
As for
point
the
it
error,
out
I mean,
that- not error, please. Mind you, and Thaddeus has to admit to this, that the certified report comes later.
That's fine.
And the percentages do change.
do change.
Because other things come in, which we all know will not change the overall, you know.
Yeah.
And for that
Very
reason, when these happen, let's not over.
No, but the principle is that shielding her from.
You see,
No, I agree with you.
Defense.
That one I agree
you know
with.
something?
Larry.
So much
So you have 2
money
minutes now.
goes into the election. She deploys competent people.
Hopefully.
Well, into this particular thing, police, other security, the state machinery comes to a halt because we are going for an election. There is this, you know, fear as to which way is going to go. Is the EC going to ensure that the right thing is done?
It's done.
You are not supposed to question them. In other countries, they call them the Independent Electoral Commission.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if you have that label on you, you should ensure that all that you do, the critical work you do, is, you know, above reproach. But if you don't do that, and issues come, and we've gone to, you know, the court, the highest place of the land, to decide whatever had gone on, you should be bold enough and say that I'm speaking to this particular matter. It is not for anything that when there's a contention over who a parent or a father of a child is, I mean, they are here. I mean, people subject themselves to a DNA analysis.
Yeah.
You get it. So it is our DNA moment for her to speak to the numbers, to justify her work, her competence, her stewardship. That wasn't done. And she was rather hiding in the belly of, you know, Supreme Court judges. You don't do that. And so for me, the Constitutional Review Committee should, you know, ensure that this one shouldn't be anything that, the others cannot speak. The very moment you do that, it becomes a tool that people use. And, you know, election, we are privy to a lot of electoral whatever.
In all of this, let me say greetings to Dafia Makpo.
Guinea-Bissau it's on our hands. Well, we just saw Tanzania. Listen, Africa is in a very
the petition and the firm
The environment is not
to talk.
Doc,
sorry.
please.
I can't contain myself.
Please do.
Just greetings to the
Please
firm
contain
Makpo.
yourself.
Please.
We don't want an explosion
So
in
the
here.
next time we need a pastor on this.
I can't contain myself.
Well,
It's just
well.
greetings to the firm Makpo.
We'll do
And
the
the
greetings
petition.
after the show.
Taking on his behalf.
And
no
the
problem.
petition.
As for OSP's office, I mean,
You should resign, that's all.
so much. The narrative from that place is not good at all. At all. It doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't seem to be working.
I would have wished
that
that they spend the energy on just removing that office, period, instead of even the removal of.
But I think,
removing that, because then the NPP guys are now the ones who are queuing to go there one of every morning.
The Attorney General.
I think that the OSP.
And then you accuse the Attorney General of politics.
We need to have a critical look at it, because what office is it that since its creation?
Yeah.
We've not had one successful person manage the place.
Yeah.
The first person struggled. The second person is struggling. There could be something fundamentally wrong with how it is set up and created. Maybe we have to review it. I cannot tell.
Scrap it.
But we have had two different people from different backgrounds struggle.
Maybe the third one will do better.
We never know. We can, as I said,
You caught your brain imprint or something. You caught Bosom imprint.
Yeah. Anyways, a few quick messages. Hi, petition to remove EC chair and 2 deputies is in order because it was wrong to deny SAR representation in Parliament for 4 solid years.
Good. I've forgotten that one.
it's coming.
It's not proper to force people out of their enclave to register at EC's offices during COVID time by transporting themselves in a very harsh economic condition. And worst of all, some were allegedly heard promising their families that so long as they are heading the EC, NDC would never win any election, blah, blah, blah. Such behavior cannot be tolerated in a democratic era. His name is Papa Bishu from Spintex in Accra. This one says, we Ghanaians seem to be born with a spirit of hypocrisy, and it shows up in every part of our lives. Are we to believe that the NDC's reset agenda, a policy aimed at removing the heads of key state institutions, is a carefully considered plan? The agenda is being carried out, and it's frustrating when people argue about it based on the law. Which law? If tomorrow I hear they are removing Jesus Christ as the symbolic head of Christianity, I won't be surprised. Amino from Insawam sent that.
It is amino acid.
This one says petitions for the removal of the SP and EC bosses were premeditated. The chairman of the NDC, Asiedin Ketia, made this known somewhere in March 2025, so it is unsurprising to Ghanaians. Ahmed from Nima sent that one in. Kwajo Mafo from Kwawu Jamase says, good morning, Anna. The petition to remove the EC commissioner and her 2 deputies is not news. It is a campaign promise and it is being fulfilled. CDS and other senior security officers, IGP and Chief Justice removed. The petition to remove the OSB and electoral commissioners is an understatement. The action is born out of hatred, lies and propaganda. Hey, Kwajo Mafo.
From Jamase.
Kwawu Jamase.
Not surprising.
Invariably, if you look at the cost and benefit analysis of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, indeed that office has been a waste to the taxpayer and as such must be scrapped off to give Ghanaians value for money going
So
forward.
does the Attorney General have a bulletproof car? I'm curious. I'm just curious.
But
look, today the devil's advocate.
Oh no, but there's a bulletproof car that was bought under the Akufo-Addo administration.
For the Attorney General?
No, for the
Office
OSP.
of the Special Prosecutor.
We are also telling you what we know.
Abdul Ganiu Mankaringu from the Savannah region says the groundwork was laid long before these petitions emerged. It began with the removal of the Chief Justice and the appointment of Justice Bafo Boni. The role is straightforward. We remove someone to bring you in, so now you must remove others to bring in your own. Imagine if this kind of institutional overhaul had been initiated under the NPP. Just consider how the media would have reacted.
They did worse.
The entire reset began with the dismissal of military generals to eliminate the risk of military intervention. Once you gain full control
for some of this sense, I mean, they are not.
You'd have to come again with your messages. But this is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll move into other matters. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. This is the news review segment on Breakfast Daily, live on Channel 1 Television. Larry Dogbe is here. Dr. Dixon Adomako Kissi is here. Professor Titus Bayu is also here. We're moving into a field that may excite the two of you, and perhaps Larry. Zipline medical drone delivery services. The majority leader openly in Parliament says he does not like the contract and is even if you like, advocating that it be terminated. Yesterday, the Minister in charge of Health, Kwamina Minta Akando, took a turn at the government accountability series. And he says that thing, we're not doing the emergency thing you're supposed to do. We are delivering condoms and mosquito nets and textbooks. Prof,
Yeah.
from where you sit, value for money, zipline.
If you go for value for money, the answer is based on what I have seen and data that I have intercepted. I would say it's not. Ghana is not getting value for money.
Are you on the health committee?
I am on the health committee.
Okay.
As far as health is concerned, I'm on the health committee. I'm the board chair for Kolebu.
Oh,
I
okay.
have lived through some of the challenges of zipline.
Okay.
And I would say that when zipline was being introduced into the country at the time, if you permit me, I'll tell you what we were told at the Medical Association. I'll read from the parliamentary Hansard where the debates took place. And then we'll ask ourselves, how did we get here?
Right.
At the time of introduction, when they came for a critical stakeholders meet with the Medical Association, we were assured that not a penny of government money was going to go into zipline.
Wow.
And now, when I mentioned it on another platform, they were asking me to produce the evidence. Not only was I told, but on the floor of Parliament and on the 3rd of December 2018, the Minister for Health, Honorable Kweku Ajimamenu, stated, Mr. Speaker, I would want to stress again that the Honorable Minister for Finance did not put his signature to this because it's not going to be done from the consolidated account. The public purse is not going to come in here. I am very glad that when Honorable Ranking Member of the committee, his friend to the Committee of Health, was speaking, he mentioned...
And that would be Akando. Then,
No.
ranking member then.
No, I'm coming. When the Honorable, he mentioned Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as the... this is where it's going, and he, let me quote.
So basically, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Let me just read it verbatim. I'm very glad that when the Honorable Ranking Member of the committee was speaking, he mentioned Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Is that where Ghana's consolidated account sits? Why should the Minister for Finance come in when we have stated explicitly that the state will not fund this? Then Honorable Muntaka then rose up and then asked that, to paraphrase what Muntaka said, then why bring this into Parliament?
Yeah.
Because if government is not funding it, there is no need to bring it before Parliament for any parliamentary approval. Parliament approves things that government of Ghana funds.
Right.
He comes in again and emphasizes, Mr. Speaker, corporate bodies would fund this project and they would need parliamentary approval to give them the confidence that the public is aware and the Parliament has approved it before they can commit their funds to us. Other than that, like my colleague, Honorable Member for Asawasi suggested, we would have no business coming here to do anything. But that is like the condition on us. Those that we have approached have given us the indication that they would want to support us fly the drones to some health service delivery areas and would want parliamentary approval before they commit us to this. This is quoted verbatim from the Hansard of Parliament. Wednesday, I think the date was, I'm saying Wednesday, it was on the 3rd of December, I don't know which day it was, but the 3rd of December 2018.
2018.
Now, let me go to my substantial submission. For something that this was discussed in Parliament, how do we end up with a contract that ends up being take or pay? This is a critical question we need to ask
It's a
ourselves.
take or pay
agreement. And I can give you some figures here. Currently, we are supposed to be paying about $88,000 per center per month. $88,000 per center per month. And this zip line was brought in specifically for critical emergencies.
True.
But as we find, a study that I have access to, have intercepted, zip lines operation was supposed to do emergency deliveries. That was their core one.
Mandate. Yeah.
But per their own records, they do emergency deliveries, they do resupplies, and they do scheduled deliveries. Now, resupplies and scheduled deliveries are planned. There's nothing emergency about. This is something that our current logistics and supply chain mechanism can supply. Zip line, per the work they are currently doing, it means that they are not fit for purpose.
Because we have regional medical stores that should be able to.
Exactly. If you were set out for emergencies and your total deliveries to emergency now is not up to 1% of all your deliveries that you are doing, are you fit for purpose?
The total emergency delivery.
Yes,
it's not up to 1%.
is not up to 1%. The total, the top 5 things that they have delivered, the emergencies are blood, anti-snake serum, some emergency medicines like oxytocin. If you sum the total number of times they have delivered these, compared to the other non-essential deliveries or non-emergent deliveries, it's not up to 1%. Okay. They also set up to reach hard-to-reach areas per the data that was available to the team that did the studied their operations in 6 years, using the Ghana Statistical Service classification of geographic locations in this country, which is considered hard to reach. The hard to reach facilities form only 12.4%, which means about 80-something% of the facilities they were sending things to are actually accessible.
Yeah.
They are not hard to reach. So how did we get here?
Share this with me when you're done.
How did we get here? So the top 5 emergency products were blood, anti-snake serum, infusions, normal saline, Ringer's lactate, oxytocin. And he knows this, what these infusions are. The other non-essential things which the minister mentioned yesterday, condoms, they delivered in the total number of counts.
But the condom, no, it might be essential. We have seen a surge in HIV deaths.
No, but who is buying? Who is buying a condom?
But, I mean, how urgent is it that you deliver a condom by a drone? How urgent? And 1,760 times that they found
maybe
deliveries.
the edge couldn't wait.
You get stroke.
Mosquito nets, food and nutrition materials, veterinary products like pig semen, animal cryonics. These are some of the things.
And that was built on, the Ghana Health Service was built.
Yes. And you see, to be fair to Zipline, you can't hold them absolutely responsible for this. It's the system.
Yeah,
because they don't go to procure this to deliver.
Yeah.
They are set up. Someone supplies this to them and they pick it and send it.
What you feed them is what they say.
Yeah.
What you feed them.
We should find out who bought the condoms.
So, and let me just go quickly to the contracts bit. It was, you heard my initial submission from the Hansard. And really, should some people not be answering questions today? If you stand before the people's representatives and tell us that not a peswa of government money is going to this.
Do you remember National Cathedral?
Good. So why are people walking free with all of this? Why? And we end up signing a contract.
You finish.
No, you can come in.
No, finish.
We end up signing a contract that has a base service charge of $145,000. And then if we pay on time, we get an $11,000 discount. If you don't pay on time, you pay the full fee. Do you understand? And it's costing us about $88,000 per site. Now they have 6 sites per month. When this study was done, the studies showed that if you compare to centers like Malawi, Malawi is costing them about $20 to $50 per delivery. If you do our current calculation, we are around $80 to about $100 per delivery. Should we deliver mosquito nets at $100 to the cost of the state? If it was our private business, would we do that? Should this not be reviewed? So I think we should put it in context. If you were set up for something and the review is showing that you are no longer doing that, you were set up based on lies and fabrications, the truth must come out. And when it is all evaluated, we should get to a point where we'll make proper recommendations. So the information I have is that the government has not made a decision as of today that they are cancelling zipline. No. The ability to deliver things rapidly can have a value in some national emergencies, in some urban circumstances. But it must have value for money.
True.
It cannot be that other people are paying $20 to $30, $50 and we are paying $100. If you look at how Zipline is set up, for us currently how much we are paying, for us to get the most of Zipline, each of the centers should be delivering about 200 deliveries per day. Currently, some of the centers are not even doing up to 30 deliveries.
But if there's, is there a need?
That is the point. Which
Supply
means that there is
demand
no
issue.
need. And you ask the question, if you ask me personally, the amount being spent on Zipline and the top critical emergencies we talked about, blood and the rest, medically, I'm an obstetrician. I know the value of blood to prevent women from dying and all of that. Zipline would then not be the most appropriate way to distribute blood nationally.
Very well.
We can set up this money, if given to the National Blood Service, they can set up blood bank fridges, services in all our district hospitals, in all these other places, and from the district hospital to the nearby facilities, it is easy. People can donate at the local level. When you have to fly blood from a central point, then you ask questions, how do you feed that central point? Because a donation.
Yeah.
Blood cannot be bought. People must come and donate.
Donate.
So how will you get the blood? Rather than decentralizing it, equip the National Blood Service. People can donate in their locality. It will be stored in the fridge and used there. Why spend that amount of money? Flying condoms, flying textbooks, flying uniforms. There is the need for us to review this thing. That's what
Review.
I'm saying.
Thank you. Doc,
Yeah.
to cancel or to review? Zipline.
First of all, I think that I am a firm believer in technology and its advancement. I'm looking at Amazon stores where they are actually ordering online and you go in and there's no human being there to give you your products to walk home. So health advancement in this country, in the category of technology, I think we score high as a nation. So I wouldn't discount that. And I think that there are more positives depending on how we restructure Zipline for this country. Whether we like it or not, some of our roads are quite deplorable. And as it is, getting very needed things to them in a timely fashion sometimes can be very troublesome. So that's my take. Let me add that Zipline also pushed vaccines, which some may consider as non-essential or not emergency, but during the COVID era, it was quite very important and was significant. But the question is that do we need 6, 8, 10 in this country? If you are paying close to $800 or $8,000 a month, I think that's on the high side. I'm of the school of thought that the operational expenses need to be looked at so that we can rebargain the cost per deployment.
Right.
And then also we need to look at why it was set up in some places, if really, truly there was that need. I believe every life that Zipline have saved is in the interest of this country. And for that reason, I'm of the idea that certainly the operational expenses in terms of the setting up can be re-looked at so that the cost is not as much as it is. And then the burden on the nation is not as much. So these are my thoughts about Zipline. But I must also commend and appreciate the fact that in the whole of Africa, I think we're the third or so nation that has adopted this company's program. Others are deploying it for military purposes in the Ukraines and things like that. It's very useful for them. Granted, we are not in that situation, but I must also say that during the COVID era, this was very timely, and we cannot discount it in terms of our health infrastructure in this country. But truth be told, I was disappointed to hear that, you know, condoms and things like that were part of the items that were distributed. That I also think that maybe management had a void to fill in terms of operationalizing this to ensure that deliveries are happening and things like that. So I would beg to differ in the sense that for all reasons and purposes, maybe those deployments were to do, you know, to run the place, and not necessarily that they felt that those were essential. I've visited a number of locations. There's one right after Akosombo, very nice location between Peki and Akosombo or Jaspon. Yeah, very nice location. Just Japon. Sorry, Japon. Maybe I like Zoom Lion too much. So I think that you know, I'm for technology, and we must admit it's costly. But then again, we have the likes of Kolebu, where elevators are not working and things like that, and we need to, as a nation, be mindful of these things, so that you don't go deploying condoms when your elevators for pregnant women are not working, which he's privy to.
As Boche.
As we speak now, all our elevators are working.
I am not coming at you.
No, I'm just giving some information. We used to have, no, just a minute. We used to have a problem where we had challenges with our elevators, but as we speak today, all elevators are working. And not only that,
I'm not coming
this morning, we are offloading 4 new elevators as part of the research agenda.
Who come and check?
Yes, 4 new ones, and we are setting them up in the main department.
I'm not coming after you.
No, I'll just give you an example.
No, he's
set an example
for you.
I'll give you more information. We used to have that as a problem.
Yeah,
We'll do a follow-up.
I am rather saying that.
Yeah, we should use
As a
He
country,
agrees with you.
I agree with
you. So carry on.
So let's be mindful that in the SDGs, whether we like it or not, your technological advancement is also important as a nation. And this infrastructure improves on Ghana's healthcare infrastructure, and our advancement. And there's room, let me also add that, there's room for many ancillary services in health that needs to be improved upon. And I'll beg to differ in entirely cancelling this project. I would beg to differ. I would rather propose that we look at the price and readjust and let it be. That person in Hohoi who enjoys this service would say that when they made the call, the arrival of that product was really a powerful intervention. And he has been in rural medicine before. Sometimes just that oxytocin can make a difference between you keeping a woman alive or keeping her dead. So I really am for it, but we should readjust it.
Very well. Thank you.
And sorry to come in. After this program, there's one thing that is on my mind because of his position as board chair to Kolebu. I think that some of the agenda 111s, okay, maybe rather better off being used as an extension to some of the departments at Kolebu. And I say this with the greatest of respect to the whole country. If the obstetric and gynae unit supposedly had an extension in my constituency, then, they would build my agenda 111 quicker. You understand? And it will help them. It will help them. So board chair will talk. I really think that might be one way, to really utilize the agenda 111s.
Very well.
If Ridge had an extension, we should look into that.
Thank
board
you.
chair.
Larry, zipline.
Yeah, thank you. You see, there's something called, said to be knowledge sharing. Okay, and then technology transfer. Now, are we saying that whatever Zipline is doing, we can't have a department under the Ministry of Health
Or even the Ghana Health Service.
or Ghana Health Service to do this thing? How many years have they operated?
6 years.
Exactly. And how much do they collect a year? 170 million Ghana cedis, we are told.
Yeah.
Even that we owe them plenty.
Okay. And we are saying that we can't have this created even under the Ghana Ambulance Service. Are we saying that? Or somebody just sat somewhere and packaged this deal
Strong word.
to make money?
Correct.
Why? From the document he read, you went to Parliament and denied flat.
That's the early beginnings.
And then you have to get back to Parliament to say that, listen, things have changed.
Oh, they did come back.
And you know the interesting
They
thing
didn't.
is that the corporate
It was
bodies
put under presidency.
Oh, Kissi, let me finish that.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
Is that the corporate bodies would needed assurance.
Assurance.
And so that is why they
Guarantee.
can't-
Government guarantee.
yes.
So
I mean,
when it gets parliamentary ratification,
ratification,
then
then
that's
they are
confidence.
I mean,
Yeah.
what the
kind of
a
logic?
lie. And Parliament will sit. I mean, in other jurisdictions, I'm sure this is perjury to Parliament.
Yep.
And you would have to be summoned.
Yep.
You have to appear before the Privileges Committee. And you are not just whatever, an ordinary Bogano rank. But he was a parliamentarian at the time he was saying this.
Minister of Health.
Minister.
The Minister of Health was also a parliamentarian when he was saying this. And this guy will be invited by, the state institutions. And you have party chairmen, minority leaders.
People go and sit down.
Go to sit, or in the sun
Yeah.
on the floor, saying that,
Committed
what?
perjury.
Human rights is being abused. So and so has been done. That and that has been done. With that, you are all here. How vocal or vociferous Kwajuma Menu was. Today, we can't find him. Light
But
wave.
are we looking for him?
Light wave has come up. We can't see him.
Okoboy has been speaking.
Light wave came. We can't see him. Zipline has also emerged. You remember the Sputnik
Sputnik V.
deal? That also prices were inflated and it became controversy. Basa.
So he was not the right.
I mean, so which of Akufoado's ministers were honest with us?
Oh.
Yes. Ken Oforiatta, we can't find Ken. I hear he's become like Zacchaeus, where he's being,
He's on the sycamore tree.
No, but
My leader has
you carry on.
Carry on.
But I think
Like you have the final.
he's
few
not been
minutes, so.
invited for anything that he's turned down. So
speak
let's he doesn't want to
You
speak.
go and lie to Parliament this way, and so that what is before Parliament is different from what happened in the ministry.
So it means that Parliament did not see the final contract.
This is the hands that I
See,
have.
one of the
There are subsequent ones you should look for.
See, at the time he was talking, I just, got something where he was talking on a certain radio station and says that if the company fly, as in Zipline, makes less than 15 deliveries, there will be no payment. If it is from 15 to 50 deliveries, they are paid $11,000 a month. If they deliver 150 deliveries per day, they get $88,000 per month.
Well, the final signed contract is fixed.
You get it? Meanwhile, during the same time, the same guy had gone to Parliament to say this. Now, what is even worse is this, that we had the NDC MP for Ashama. His name is Ernest Henry Nogbe. He took this matter to court at the time, saying that contract had been signed, $12.5 million contract had been signed. He should come and tell us whether he also pursued the case beyond the filing. Sometimes some of this, what happens is you could see them quickly throw this thing into the air, and it's actually an invitation to treat. Please, I'm available. Let's talk.
Larry Dogbe.
Yes, sir. let's talk. And so the thing is foul. And before the journalists or the public, everything is, is going on. But in reality, nothing is going on. We cannot, people who claim they are committed to, the resources, saving the resources of business, protecting the public purse, like Akufo-Addo.
Sloganeering.
Yeah, by the time we notice, the purse is missing with the content and everything.
So review or terminate.
Oh, for me, I'm for termination.
Thank you.
But we don't even have together. I'm told that the thing is even expired.
The contract is expired?
Yes, expired. So there shouldn't be anything like that.
There's a light wave that is expired.
No, I'm told that even zipline. Yes.
No, zipline, I mean, it's interesting. I think, to the best of my knowledge, the contract is not expired. But even before, it was for 4 years.
Okay.
And before the 4 years will end, they were given an extension. So it didn't even expire. It was so juicy that before it will end, they'll give an extension.
Yeah, but the specific performance. I mean, that document. No, he said something. Let me quickly
Are we closing?
Yes, our time is up.
Let me say this. See,
our time is up, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Hey,
we have to talk about education.
For 1 minute.
Unfortunately, our time is up.
For 1 minute. See, he talked about he doesn't know what is happening. I mean, more like something has to happen, and as far as some of these things are concerned. See, there's concern that Mohammed's ministers are shielding the ex-ministers.
They are not.
Oh no, I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's concern that they are
shielding them.
Exactly, and that ministries where there were huge procurement, monies when things never came.
Larry,
that people are being shielded.
Larry, the challenge is that I think the quantum of mismanagement is so huge.
No, you don't trace everything.
So
just trace that.
So that
one. And then the others
we have to go.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.